Hi folks, and welcome to the first big project of the semester. This is project 0 2048. Now this is a pretty interesting project in that we're dumping a ton of code on you that uses syntax that we have not covered and we will never cover. And that's okay, because one of the goals of this project is to get you comfortable working with a big code base that you don't fully understand. If you go work on real world projects, this is gonna happen all the time, where like you're given this giant chunk of code and it's like, what does this even do, right? Like, how do I do anything with it? Okay, so that's going to be one of the challenges of this project, is understanding that. Okay, so what we're going to ultimately do in this project is you are going to be implementing the game 2048. If you've never played it before, well, there's a link to a game you can play, but this is my finished solution whenever I wrote the game. So when I run my code, a board pops up. When I push right, the tiles move to the right, and then a new tile appear. When I press up, these top two tiles merge into a 4, this 2 moves up, and then another random tile appears. If I push left, everything moves over. If I push up, everything goes up, and so forth. Okay, and every time we move, a new random 2 or 4 tile is created, and anytime tiles merge, my score increases. So now it's 20, now it is still 20, now it is still 20, now it is 22. Oh, sorry, 24, because I just created a 4 tile, right? Okay. Now, when you get the starter code and you run it, you are going to see the following, which is nothing. So I run the starter code and a board pops up and there's nothing on it. And so your goal is going to be to write the core logic of the game. Okay. Now we've done some of it already for you because we don't get to do literally everything, but you're going to be primarily doing two things. One, writing the code that can tell if the game is over, and the second is writing the code that actually does the tilting. But we're going to do the random tile generation and also all the user interface stuff. Okay. So this spec, I should note, is long, right? So I'm really expecting you guys to read all of this and digest it, and it's probably going to be a little bewildering, and you might have to read the whole thing and then go back and read earlier parts and like kind of jump around. But again, I think this is a valuable learning experience. While it is frustrating, it is also valuable because it more closely approximates the real-world problem-solving approach or universe than if we just said, hey, here's a spec, here's a function, fill out this function, now do this function, now do this function. What we're trying to do is get you this sense of independence, that we can give you this big scary task, and you can go digging around and figure out what exactly it is you're supposed to do. Okay? So if you go on to more advanced, say, computer science courses or data science courses, you'll be given large specs where it takes a lot of time to digest. Okay? So at this point, I recommend just jumping in, read through the whole thing, and be aware that in a few key places there are additional videos. So for example, if we look at the assignment philosophy and program design, there is here an overview of the section. Likewise, when you get down to the public static boolean empty space exists, there's a video. And so in total, there are 3 videos that are linked somewhere in this spec, at least right now. I don't know, maybe I'll add another one later. All right, so good luck on this project. I think it's super cool and interesting, and it's like a little agonizing in a way. But what I hope is that it feels initially overwhelming and a little scary, but at the end really empowering, because we've just dropped you into this and you managed to surmount it. Now, don't be afraid to ask for help. Like, make sure to ask on Ed or ask your TAs. Like, if you're really just spinning your wheels, like, yeah, definitely come talk to us. But yeah, I hope you find this experience of trying to work with an existing large mysterious code base that uses lots of syntax you don't understand. I hope you find that a valuable thing. Have fun.